Everyone, it's Kristen. Um, so if you watched my last video, you saw me talking about my like small little Iceman action figure collection, and you can see he's back there. He kind of blends in with the boxes, though. I might have to put him somewhere else because you can't really see him. But while looking through all my collection and digging for all my Iceman action figures, you'll never guess what I found. Um, and I have two of these. Like, I don't know how that happened. But guess what? I'm going to open one of these because, I mean, I have two of them. Like I said, I'm not sure how that happened, but I'm going to open one because I'm excited. Because, like I said before, I normally don't open them because, well, I just have become one of those collectors that don't open them. But since I have two of these, yeah, I'm going to open one. So let's see. I think I already I pre-cut like just the tape of one of them. So, I could get into it easier. And I don't know, I've never opened one of these, so I think it just kind of should slide out. We'll see. I mean, I really like the artwork on this one because some of them just show like the figure on the back, but I really like the artwork on this one. So maybe even after I open it, I might just cut out, the artwork part. And as I mentioned before, because we were talking about the Age of Apocalypse Iceman, I don't have all the figures. Like I think I'm missing like two or three of them to be able to build a Colossus, but I'll save his arm because you never know. I mean, granted, of course, I wouldn't get rid of it. So let's see. Maybe it'll just like slide out. Oh wow, yeah, it does. Wow. So I didn't know this, but I guess basically you really could just save the box, take them out, and put them back in. Wow. I mean, like I said, this is the first time I've ever opened one. So, I mean, I didn't know that you could just do that. So, interesting. But I save all the boxes anyway. So, I mean, I think it would just pretty much take up the same amount of space, or actually more space if I open them and displayed them and kept the box. So, I probably still will just keep them in their boxes since, yeah, since I am running out of room, so I need need to save the space. I apologize about all the plastic noise. I didn't think about that when I was doing this video. In fact, let me pause this while I get the main figure out, so you don't just have crackling in your ear. So hold on. Okay, she's out. I thought, oh well, that's a lot, all the crackling. So of course, she comes with the Colossus arm and the fist, which, like I said, I will find a safe place to store that and her fist. If you want her to make a fist instead. I mean, she's a really good figure. Like I like her, and Rogue, of course, is one of my favorites. Um, yeah, it's really cool. Like I said, I don't have any of them out of the box, so it's fun to be able to, I guess, play with them. Her joints all seem to be good. I'd say her foot joint with the boot really doesn't move. Um, I don't know if that's on purpose. It might be on purpose. I mean, let's see. Can she stand by herself? She can stand by herself. So, I mean, I guess that's a design decision because, if she was wearing heels or something, she probably wouldn't be able to stand in loose joints, like I talked about on the Iceman Marvel Select figure. She probably wouldn't be able to stand. So, yeah, I think she's really cool. Like she twists and everything. Well, she doesn't twist at the waist. She twists at the chest, which I guess is kind of, they didn't want to put like a crease or a joint like right here because I have a Scarlet Witch figure. I don't remember That was before like Marvel Legends, I think, became like super popular. Marvel Legends. I don't even remember where I got it from, but it's definitely not from the 90s. And she has like a bend right here too, and it just makes her like super just like disjointed and loose. So I can understand their reasoning behind that. So seeing that I had two of her and then I was gonna open her, I wanted to compare her to the 90s version. So here you go. Here's the 90s version. And the colors, of course, on the 90s version are much more prominent, more, well, also she's like shiny, and whereas she's just matte. So I guess you probably wouldn't want her to be shiny. Like the colors are more vibrant. That's what I was trying to say. So, but you know, this um doesn't really look like her in the face. Like, I mean, the hair, yeah, you see the stripe. You know, she's wearing the headband, which of course in Age of the Apocalypse she doesn't really have one. And then she has the white stripe or the white part of her hair to signify she is Rogue. But honestly, she doesn't really look like Rogue at all, whereas she definitely does. And I think that's because and I dug this out too. I talked about this in an earlier video about my 90s X-Men action figures. And of course these like have no articulation. Like the arms move and stuff and the head moves a little bit and the legs. Like if you want her to sit, she's sitting like this. So I you know, no real articulation. She can't stand by herself. Oh wow, she actually can stand by herself. Okay, anyway, even though she's wearing like these heels, she can stand by herself. So, okay, what I was talking about in an earlier video in the 90s, Toy Biz reused a lot of their models. So, this is the White Queen. I mean, if you look, very similar. Like the only difference is, you know, this model has this jacket, which Rogue doesn't, but same. You can see the same corset type top. Like I said, they just use the same model, um, the same mode, and just modified it. Because yeah, this is like Generation X, Emma Frost, White Queen. Yeah, even the hands are the same. Like one hand's open, one hand's, you know, partially closed. So it's just interesting to me that I guess that was, you know, a smart business in a way to just reuse the same whatever it's called. I'm having a blank moment. It's hot. You can probably see that, yeah, I'm glowing a little bit because it it's like 107 today, and that's why I wore this shirt again because it's breathable and it's very lightweight, even though it has nothing to do with X-Men or Marvel. And of course, can't have the air on because then you wouldn't be able to hear me. But anyway, yeah. So it's just interesting that they use the same like template for both of these and just recolor them. Of course, they did that with quite a few figures back in the day because, of course, that was saved them money. They didn't have to make out a new template for every single action figure. And of course, I know that they probably still kind of use that practice today. The base figure is the same, and then they customize it a whole lot. But this is really like blatantly obvious that that's what they did. So I mean, obviously, this one is way better because it looks way more like her in the Age of Apocalypse than this one. This one is actually from a famous couples set that was sold exclusively at Toys R Us. It came with Gambit, and I have him, but I didn't think you guys cared to see him. But he's also, dressed in his Age of Apocalypse garb. And yeah, so, but it's Rogue, so I had to have it. And of course, even though she looks, nothing, really, honestly, nothing like her, but still, you know it's her because they told you it's her, and they have the hair. Like if it wasn't for the white in her hair, you might not know that that's Rogue at all. But anyway, so I just yeah, it's so interesting that because I hear people talk about like the joints in action figures, and I really never got it because I never opened one. I never played with it. So I totally understand. Let's see, can she sit? Yeah, she'd be able to sit like in a chair. Unlike this one, who's like wide legs spread. That's how she, you know, that's how she sits. But I mean, but I did play with these in my dollhouse growing up. And of course, when they sat in a chair, most of them couldn't sit because there's no joints, there's no knee joints at all, so you couldn't bend the knee. So it's interesting how they just in the short amount of time they've evolved so much that and there's so much better quality, so much better movement in the figure. So I was just really excited to show you guys that and share that with you guys. And like I said, I had no idea I had two of them. So that's pretty cool that I had two of them and now I can open one. And now I know that really if I wanted to, I could open all of them and save the boxes because they just kind of slide right out and then go back in. So learn something new every day. So I hope you enjoy this video. I mean, it's actually a pretty short video for me. So I guess that's good. You didn't have to hear me ramble on and on. But I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, and I appreciate you, especially those who subscribe to my videos. Like every time I get a new subscriber and it tells me, sometimes it doesn't tell me, but sometimes it does. And that just makes my day because I that means that you guys like um, what I'm sharing with you. And it's fun to be able to share this stuff with you because, yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of friends like locally in the area that I can just talk about this stuff with. So it's kind of like I'm just sitting here, you know, talking to you guys, and you guys are, friends already. So I hope you join me for the next video. Until then, bye.